not on stream anyways. I was actually thinking instead, where is it? It's under here. Sparkly, I wouldn't be there. You know what? We would do a. I actually lost my train of thought on that. But okay, what can we stream? I forgot what I wanted to stream. Stream Blooms? Should we stream Blooms? Should we stream Payday 2? Let's do Bloom. Let's stream Blooms. A Bloom stream should be fun. And to give you a chance to actually talk a little more, since there won't be as much actual input. Let's just haven't played Blooms in a while. It's been time since I've just played some, casually sat back and played some Blooms, so this should be fun. Do you have my caffeine here? I know I'm like an hour late. Don't believe a word I say when I tell you when I'm going to stream. I aim for 3 o'clock, but I make absolutely no promises. Let me pull up Twitch. I realize I need to change the stream info now. Alright, gotta get set up on a map first here. This is on the watch happen while I'm doing this. Is there a new map? Are there any new maps at all? Pat's Pond. I don't think that's new, but I haven't played on it before. Is that another brick? I don't know if that's new. Again, I don't think it is. You know what? It's. I want to find a map I haven't beaten before. Encrypted, no. Adora's Temple, nah. We can try Haunted. Hard mode, standard. And let's start with, obviously, Gluggener. We want to slow down one side of this map. And opposing Gluggener, or not opposing, but we're going to put down you here, actually. Let's put you here. You can kind of target both lanes a bit. Alright. Well, I get back to this. This is not going well so far. Alright, this is clearly not our defense is going to work out in the long run, so I'm going to commit to the idea of Gluggener. But instead, I'm the better starting monkey. How would Druid fare? This is my first one. If oh, I can't get him Heart of Thunder. Not yet. The Heart of Thunder is definitely going to come in clutch. I'm going to put a Boomerang Monkey here. Targeting last. And Gluggener around here. And I want balloons to come unevenly. Oh, right. There we go. That works better. Stream manager. Oh, hang on. Let me turn off auto start. Why does Twitch run so slow? Just gotta edit the stream info here. Blooms TD6. Hard mode. There's ranting again. Because I got a lot on my mind. Today I'm playing. Fuck off, Grammarly. Blooms TD6. So I can rant. 9. Let's get Blooms Tower Defense 6. We're gonna cut out Roguelite. New save. Binding of Isaac. Repentance. And boy. Give it new tags. BTD6. Tower Defense. What other tags should I include here? I guess Ninja Kiwi. Tag. And monkeys, why not? Alright, no, rant. Select content labels, and done. So what I want to talk about, I'm sure just about everyone's seen by now all the bullshit going on with, what was it? Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, KSI, what were they calling their new bullshit? Lunchly? Yeah, I wanted to talk about how, like, it's just another transparent fucking scam being pulled by some of the largest creators on the website. And I want to talk about specifically the Dan TDM comment on it. I don't know. I think a lot of people have seen it. How you like? Fuck, I'm gonna pull it up. Bigger globs. And upgrade you in a second here. But yeah, he shared the general sentiment that a lot of YouTube merchandise nowadays is more interested in like a lot of YouTubers, I guess, are more interested in like the money side of YouTube, more interested in like pushing terrible products on people to make a quick buck than they are in any than they are in like the actual content creation at this point. How like like Logan Paul, Mr. Beast, and KSI most notably talking about how Lunchly is another example of terrible low quality products that YouTubers slap their branding and their names on in pursuit of profit. Fan base be damned. Especially want to talk about Logan Paul and KSI's response to that, which has been like floating around, but I haven't seen it be quite as talked about as Dan's original tweet, which I think in itself tells you how much substance there is what Dan is saying compared to anything behind Logan Paul or KSI. We're not even going to get into all the shit surrounding Mr. Beast right now. But I think everyone could agree the quality of content produced by Logan Paul and KSI has not been good. Like, not for years now, at the very least. I never watched their earlier stuff. This never was into it. But when it comes to what they're putting out nowadays, there definitely is like a lack of quality. And I think it's pervasive. And I think one of the best examples of that is Lunchly itself, which is just a bunch of existing products thrown together in a box, and it's designed to just compete with Lunchables, which I remember Logan Paul's response to it was especially funny because he called out Dan for not talking about how Lunchables had was under investigation for lead poisoning in their products, which is like one, he's not talking about Lunchables because he didn't fucking give a shit about Lunchables right now. His point isn't that you're trying to compete with Lunchables. The point he's making is that it's just terrible product, opaquely at this point, like cash grabs. He's like, no one believes Lunchables genuinely give a fuck about kids. No one making a product like Lunchables gives any shit about children's health. Otherwise, you wouldn't be making Lunchables. You would be making healthier children's meal options for lunch. You'd be making them cheaper too. Because like let's be fucking real. Lunchly is not going to cost as much as Lunchables. Lunchly is not going to be as relatively affordable as Lunchables. Like you could delude yourself into thinking they're going to release a cheaper product and they can get away with that Logan Paul isn't going to try and milk this for every fucking dollar it's worth. I guess if you want to do that, I'm not going to. Personally, I'm not going to pretend that's what's going to happen. But yeah. Uh, anyway, all that said, he's still being a fucking hypocrite too, because Lunchly is also under investigation for lead contamination in their products. Well, not Lunchly, Prime specifically, but Prime's going to be in Lunchly, so the point still stands. So, like, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you on about? You're no better. If anything, you are worse because you have a you have a very large platform and you're publicly telling like everyone in earshot of you that these are healthy alternatives to Lunchables. Like you're pushing these as like not affordable, but like healthy kids meal options, and one like they're opaquely not. Like, I think the Feastable side of this is actually the most absurd when it comes to like the idea that health is even a factor. There is nothing healthy about Lunchables. Nothing resembling Lunchables is healthy. And like looking at the meal options they've already publicized, hang on. It's literally just like little nothings of cheese and meat with crackers, which is already like the most popular Lunchables. Or literally just the pizza Lunchables, but instead of like a tortilla, like a little tiny tortilla, there's like chips, so I guess it's like salsa. I guess it's like nachos. Which again, not healthy. Nachos are not. I feel I shouldn't need to say that. How do I turn off Steam achievements? And yeah, there is a pizza one. Look right here. If the camera will focus. Uh, I don't think the camera wants to focus on that. All right, shit. But there is a pizza one. Like these aren't healthy. These tiny preservative stuffed versions of already unhealthy foods are not going to do anything to help kids eat better. Like, the only thing this is achieving is further stuffing the pockets of KSI, Logan Paul, and Mr. Beast. That's all it's doing. And like, yeah, here's what Dan said verbatim. I don't know if again it'll show up. No, it won't. Yeah, it's like, what happened to YouTubers? I cannot say anything I can't not say anything anymore. This is selling stuff for the sake of making money. Simple. How does this benefit their fans? This is selling crap to kids. You don't know better than to trust people who are selling it to them do better. And remember, KSI's response was kind of infuriating, where he just pointed to the fact that Dan TDM has sold merch before. It was actually kind of funny. He outright called out Dan TDM for selling U2s and said the U2s look like shit, which is weird considering KSI also has worked with and to my knowledge is currently like has products with U2s like at this moment as we speak. It's like, dude, what are you doing? Because I know, like, from what I know about YouTube, I haven't bought one myself. I'm not going to buy one, but from what I know about them, they're at the very least like relatively high quality for vinyl figures. Like they're not terrible. Like, I still don't see why anyone would ever buy a vinyl figure, but at the very least, they're not the worst of this kind of pointless product. Hmm. Hmm. Like both these guys are like, honest, let's be real, intentionally missing the point of what Dan is saying. They are very purposefully misinterpreting the point he's making because they know they can't really argue it. Like, hell, look at KSI. He saw Dan selling any merch and immediately conflated that as being the same as what he's doing, when that is not the same at all. YouTubers can sell merch. Dan isn't saying YouTubers can't sell, branded products. But like with the U2's collaborations and like I think it was called Tuber Heroes collaborations he's done in the past. Like those are all just like fun little toys or trinkets to sell to a young audience that made by companies who are known for at least relatively high quality. And it's not him rushing some terrible product to market and like advertising it as healthy and good for kids. This is just him putting out like, hey, here's a little fucking toy thing that I think kids will like, you know? Like there's nothing wrong with that. It becomes a problem. Not only are you overstating the benefits of your product, but are you, let's be real, fucking lying and selling what any sane country should legally recognize as a scam, but we don't live in a sane country. But yeah. Like, legally speaking, it's not a scam, but let's be fucking real. None of this is gonna be healthy. It's gonna be fucking expensive as hell. Like, it's a scam in every possible sense. Like, it's something that should be a scam, but legally speaking, it probably isn't. Like, you're calling it a health product, and there's a fucking chocolate bar in it. Chocolate isn't healthy. Fundamentally speaking, chocolate is not healthy. There are not any significant health benefits. There's no significant nutritional value to chocolate. Unless you dress it up and stuff it with shit to the point that it's not chocolate anymore. Like, it's such opaque bullshit coming from career-long bullshit artists. Like, I don't hate everything Mr. Beast has done. I know there's some pretty serious allegations about him right now, so I'm not gonna like be really nice about him. But like when it comes to things like paying for the treatment of blind patients so they can see again, that's fine. Like I like people doing that, but like it's always been like more of a PR move than anything. Which, well, again, I'm happy it's happening at all. Like we can't ignore the fact that he isn't doing this out of the goodness of his heart. Like not because that changes the deed done, but that we need to keep in mind the kind of person he is. He is profit driven. He is PR driven. He cares more about his public image than any good he's doing in the world. He cares more about his bottom line than he cares about making good, genuine like content with any heart or soul behind it. I mean, look at all the breakdowns of how his fucking videos are faked, despite the fact that he continually insists that they're real. Like, these are three, and I don't know if KSI has done anything specifically. I mean, it's not a good look hanging out with, again, career long bullshit artists. That's definitely suspect. It makes me think that perhaps the way he's generally been treated throughout his career as being a more genuine guy is something that should be called majorly into question. Considering, like people talk about like the company you keep and guilt by association. And like sure to an extent guilt by association can be unfair when it's like I worked with this guy like a year ago and we weren't like too personally like we didn't know much about each other. That's one thing. But when it's you starting at this point multiple businesses with someone, continuing to work with them for years on end, you don't get to pretend that you should not be judged by the actions you allow these people to do with the brand that you are in part an owner and founder of. Like, you can't pretend you don't, that doesn't reflect on you in any way. You can't act like, well, I guess, I don't know if KSI himself's been acting like this, but I know a lot of people defending KSI have been acting like this. Like, you can't pretend none of that comes back to him. At some point, he is responsible if either directly or indirectly for the actions of his business partners, because he's continuing to allow them to do that with his brand, with he's continuing to add on to their platform with his own. He's continuing to, directly or indirectly, well, I guess no, fucking directly, endorse these people by virtue of him continuing to work with them and continuing to operate these business entities with them. So I don't want to fucking hear guilt by association. Like, yeah, this association makes him fucking guilty. Like, if someone I work with was accused of being an axe murderer, that wouldn't reflect on me at all. But if someone I worked with was accused of being an axe murderer, and I was the one supplying them with axes and telling them like the addresses of the people to murder, like, yeah, even if I didn't swing the axe, I am in part responsible, you know. In part, that does come back to me. That association is significant in establishing guilt. Like, that's how guilt by association works. They are associated in some way that is inseparable from the actions being committed. So when all this inevitably turns out to be more bullshit coming from KSI and Logan Paul, and it will be, I'm not gonna talk in like speculative. Oh, maybe it'll be legit this time. No, it's going to be more bullshit coming from them. That will, in part, be on KSI, and I'm not gonna pretend anything else is the case. I'm talking a bit too loud. Is anyone trying to sleep right now? Oh yeah, it's like 4 p.m. No, but at the end of the day, I don't want to see any. I will, when I inevitably see people trying to like talk about how, oh, we can't blame KSI for this. Like, yes, we can. He's been working with Logan Paul for multiple years at this point. Like, he fucking knows what kind of person Logan Paul is. He knows Logan Paul is a horrible person. He knows Logan Paul is a scam artist, and by continuing to work with Logan Paul on scams like Prime, he's also a scam artist. No, so like they talk about Prime being healthy and organic. I've tried Prime before. Like a buddy, I don't know if it was me or like a buddy, but one of us bought it and tried it. It is some of the most fucking chemical tasting shit I've ever had in my life, and I regularly drink Ghost energy drinks. And Prime somehow tasted more artificial. And like looking at the fucking label of Prime, there's so much like it's preservatives and shit like that, and artificial sweeteners and flavorings. Like, sure, it's made with coconut water. I don't really give a shit. Plenty of things are made with coconut water. Like Mountain Dew Kickstart's made with coconut water, but you don't see Mountain Dew pretending it's a health product because of that. Like I like myself a Mountain Dew Kickstart. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it being like made of artificial flavors, as long as the customer base is being made aware of that. But you continuing to insist it isn't makes it like again whether or not it's legally considered a scam. It's a fucking scam, you know. Even if it isn't legally considered to be one. Like I don't give a fuck what the legal definition is. At its heart, what you're doing is identical to a scam, even if it, as far as courts would be concerned, may not be one. Get back to the point. The responses to Dan are like so clearly like artificial, I would say. They're so clearly like things their PR team told them to say, or at least told them they could say. That, their target audience probably wouldn't look too deeply into, or probably just accept on face value. And I'm glad that doesn't seem to have happened. I'm glad that all the responses have been calling them out. In fact, funny, I posted a tweet in response to Logan Paul pointing out that not only were there only 4 comments on his post with 13 million views, but that at some point he'd actually turned off comments entirely, which suggests to me that the overwhelming majority of comments were calling him on his bullshit, calling him on the fact that Prime itself was under investigation for lead contamination, and that it was so overwhelming eventually he just had to shut down the comment section. I don't know if KSI has done that yet. He's probably going to. Hey there, how's it going? By the way, what is this game about? It's a tower defense game where you play as monkeys. Well, you don't play as monkeys, but you play as monkeys. It's a pretty fun one. I've played it quite a bit. Thanks for following Debbie Too Cool. Hmm. Hmm. Oh yeah, it looks fun. Yeah, back to meta ranting. Um, like it's so opaque um, how sh how like manufactured like Logan Paul and KSI's responses were, even though they tried their desperately to thank you. The glasses mostly were just inspired by Anthony Fantano. I liked how his glasses looked on stream, and I've always liked his kind of glasses look. So I got myself a pair of prescription sunglasses. Hmm. And like I am kind of tired of watching Logan Paul and KSI, Mr. Beast get away with like posting constant, like very clear bullshit and just like having no repercussions. I'm hoping at some point they finally get what they fucking deserve, whether that be like total bankruptcy or thrown in jail. Because at this point, Logan Paul definitely fucking deserves it. Mr. Beast, depending on how the allegations go, might. I don't know about KSI. I don't know what he's done personally, but I do know that he's working with these scam artists, so that again it doesn't reflect well on his character. I guess Balloons is gonna be my rant game. This is gonna be the game I play on stream, but I just feel like ranting. When Meta has some shit to air out, I'm just gonna play this. Man, let me pull up the stream dashboard so I can see how long this has been going. Oh, only about 30 minutes so far. All right, it's not bad. I'm not sure if I played this the entire stream. I might switch over to Ember Knights for Isaac at some point. Yeah, on the topic of Ember Knights, uh, apparently the YouTube upload failed, but I tried to upload the VOD to YouTube, and YouTube just didn't notify me. YouTube just didn't feel the need to let me know that the upload failed. I only figured that out when I was going to upload a different video to the channel and saw that the Ember Knights video didn't go up. So do you stream on too? So you stream on what? I don't stream on YouTube. I upload the VODs to YouTube. Like I take this Twitch VODs and I upload them to my YouTube channel. So and yeah, the Ember Knights VOD failed to go up. It's like YouTube. Why didn't you just fucking tell me? You notify me of literally everything else. You notify me when YouTubers I have never watched in my entire life upload. I just go to TikTok too. I don't really use TikTok. I'm not. It's not a platform I'm interested in. Mhm. Yeah, they got plenty of traffic there. I'm not like, oh fuck, I forgot camo entirely. Like I'm not super concerned with like becoming a successful streamer. I mostly do this as a hobby. I just like streaming. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, I'm not super concerned with large audience. Honestly, like when I see the chats of like really large streamers, they're always like so chaotic and hard to follow. So I kind of enjoy usually having only like one or two shatters. It's easier to keep up with. It feels more conversational that way. It's like honestly, if I stay a small streamer forever, I think I'll be happy with that. We'll say a micro streamer. Mm. Yeah, success isn't really something I'm chasing after. If it happens, that'd be nice. But I'm not holding my breath. I'm not gonna go out of my way to make it happen. I'm a little sweaty because it's hot here, and I'm wearing this jacket. I know I don't have to be wearing a hoodie right now, but I want to be. I wear hoodies on pretty much every stream, so I guess I've just decided to keep doing it. Hmm. I used to stream a while ago. I would stream. I've been trying to stream, like get into streaming for years. Even back when I didn't have a way to actually capture my screen, you can find like really old videos and like some playlists I've saved on my YouTube channel of, or I'm pretty sure if you go to the streams tab on my YouTube channel, of streams where I'm literally just aiming my phone's camera at my TV to stream games like 10, not 10 years ago, but like close to 10 years ago now. Uh, this is probably like the most professional my streams have ever looked. Yeah. Like even the overlay is like it was pretty easy to make. Like I just used some images, like well, an image I had already created, and some basic like commit like boxes that Stream Elements has. Like I didn't want to make anything too complicated. I never liked all the big Twitch overlays with like the small game shoved off over here, like the massive chat box. You get the webcam really small up in this corner. Like I just wanted something simple. It shows my webcam. There's something like, here's the stream, here's chat, do what I'm, you know, and here's my face cam. And like, sure, I could do one to see the full game screen, but you're not here to watch Bloom. Fuck, you're not here to watch someone play balloons. You're here, like, ideally though, the audience I'm after is like an audience who's here for me and not for the game happening in the background. Yeah. It's like if someone wants to play balloons, they can just play balloons. Like if they want to play without some jackass commenting over it. Like if you're gonna watch a stream, ideally you're gonna be here for like what the streamer has to say. That's why I never get those like no commentary streaming channels or like no commentary let's plays. Like then what are people coming to your content for? Like I get it. Like I used to watch those back when I couldn't really afford to play games myself. But like when it's like on free games, like I've seen no commentary streams of like Destiny 2. Like that game is free. Or like mobile or like popular mobile games. Like what is the content here? It feels like it feels like so content farmy when I see that. Man, fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna beat this map, or we're gonna go to 2 hours, whichever one happens first. Whichever one. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, I gotta get Oben down faster. I guess I'm not really paying attention to the game. Normally I'm a bit better at this. I haven't beaten this map yet, so it's gonna be a lot of testing the waters. I'm also not entirely focused in the game. So forgive my terrible playing. If the Bloom fans find this, we're done. We're cooked. Mm. The Balloons fans will burn me alive at the stake for how terribly I'm playing right now. It's another good aspect of being a micro streamer. You don't get a bunch of annoying, like, hardcore fans of games in your chat all the time yelling at you for not being good at the games. Like, I kind of get backseat gaming. It annoys me when I see someone make what feel like obvious mistakes to be in games I play because I play them so much that I recognize these mistakes. But, like, there's a certain point where you gotta understand not everybody's as into a game as you are. Like, sure, I notice when people do really dumb things in like Payday 2 or Payday 3, Destiny 2, this game even. Like, I recognize I'm making a bunch of obvious mistakes I shouldn't be making, but at the end of the day, I also haven't touched this game in months. Well, I touched it a little bit. Now, let me move my mic so I'm not breathing on it. Like, I did back when I was doing the test stream, but even then, I wasn't really doing anything like outside of like the basic level and just trying to beat hard mode, which is fairly easy on Monkey Meadows. Like, it's probably the easiest map in the game aside from Cubism. Like, yeah, the only games I could imagine enjoying watching like no commentary streams of are like RTS games. But even then, it's like I still want to hear the person playing discussing the strategy they're using, because like that's kind of the interesting part of watching someone play an RTS. So like even then, like I don't entirely see the point. Like I have nostalgia for some commentary of this Let's Play, especially from like the really like earlier days of YouTube Let's Plays when it was just uncommon for people to have microphones that they could use like while recording their footage or like because like people forget this, but like there was a time where like it wasn't even usual for laptops to come with a built-in microphone or like any device you had to just that could play games and stream footage or record footage, like to just have a mic that comes with it. So like there were a lot of people like in the early days YouTube Let's Plays who just were uploading like completely commentary-less videos. But, like nowadays, every device you buy is gonna have a microphone. Like every device you buy. Like I was when I got back into streaming recently, I was just using the webcam that's built into my laptop. But like most laptops I've seen on the market that cost more than like $200 have a webcam. And anything with a webcam inevitably has a microphone. Like I get not streaming with a webcam. Like some people don't want to show their face. I've been showing my face online for 10 years now. That cat's out of the bag. Like I've unlisted all of my older videos, but if you go on my YouTube channel, I still have playlists for all of them, even for like old YouTube channels that I no longer have access to because I never saved the login information for the devices they were on, so I had to make new ones when I got new devices. Mm. Yeah. I mean, I don't mind VTubers. But they're doing their thing. Yeah. Like, they make some characters. I'm one of my friends is a VTuber. I have to I can't remember her Twitch channel name off the top of my head. uh, I don't plan to get into VTubing or to make a VTuber. How do I cover that up? I keep seeing my friends' things popping up. Uh, mm, Let me pull up Steam. Is there a streamer mode on Steam? Settings. Interface. 24-hour clock. I don't give a shit. Scale text. Our team. Pitch mode. News. Mm, Storage and cloud in game. Show Steam overlay while in game. Show toolbars on FPS counter. Nah. Okay, yeah, we're gonna turn that. We're gonna turn off the stream overlay. And close Steam. All right, and yeah, you can get illustration yourself on your identity. Yeah, I don't know. I'm fine having my face out there at this point. Like again, I've had my face on the internet for years now. Like if I had a problem with that, I should take that up with myself like 12 10 years ago. Like yeah, it's a little customization of your channel with your branding and you are good to go. Yeah, I'm not super concerned with it. All the branding on my channel right now is like images I threw together myself in like PixArt. It didn't take too long. The MF logo is literally just two fonts like put on top of each other. I'm happy with it. Yeah, I'm not planning to become a VTuber anytime soon. I'm happy with the face cam. Also, like another thing that kind of bothers me is backgrounds. Like I feel like a lot of streamers don't put any effort into their backgrounds. Like a lot of streamers don't seem to care much about what's going on behind them when they have their webcams. Like for the ones who just screen it out, that's fair enough. But I've seen a lot where like they'll just blur out backgrounds behind them, or they'll just have like some like blocks of like color and lights. And I've never been a fan of that. Like you have all that screen real estate. Like do something that shows some personality. Like what I had back there. It wasn't like uh super complicated. It's just a bunch of things I have lying around that I like. Mm. Like you see my collection of Rubik's cubes. You can see a couple of Lego things up there, a couple of signs that I've been gifted over the years. You can see 21 balloons actually from a couple of years ago for my birthday party. Hello, infecting. Thank you for the follow. So, the balloons are I'm barely playing balloons. Uh, to put down another druid. I'm gonna put down a ninja monkey actually. I'm gonna put him over here. I gotta hit ninja discipline, shurikens, seeking shurikens, strong. And then I gotta put a druid next to him. Put some light over the shelf. Yeah, I've actually been considering that. I'm probably gonna get something to light it up a little bit. Like I obviously, like, I don't want it to be so like colorful and like light up that it's distracting. So like whatever lights I'm gonna get are probably gonna be fairly minimal. Yeah. Like just enough that it's a little more noticeable what's going on back there, but not enough that it takes away from this, you know, from the main attraction, of course, me. The Metaforth himself. Yeah, Metaforth is like a name that's like I literally got it. I used to use when I lived in Texas. We didn't really have access to good Wi-Fi, so we used hotspots, and I used a password that was just like randomly generated of two words, Metaforth, and I liked how that sounded, so I made that my screen name. That's it. That's where Metaforth is from. That's the entire backstory of that name. It's some words randomly put together, and I liked how they sounded. That's it. There's no deeper thought put into why I call myself Metaforth. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. It's like there's some screen names that are just so old that it's hard to even remember where you got them. Like on most platforms, I go by the name Rusty APD. Like that's my Xbox gamer tag. I'm pretty sure my tag on PlayStation. I haven't used my Sony account in years though. That's I know that's my tag on Steam, or now it might not be, but that's like the account's name. Like when there's no nickname. But yeah, and Rusty APD is like such a storied name because it comes from like so many platform skips across like my life. Like originally it was APDBW, which is some random letters I plugged into my PlayStation 3 when I was making my PSN account back in the day. This is something like 13 something years ago. And I just called myself like APDBW because like I didn't know you couldn't change PlayStation names. So I was thinking, oh, I'll come up with something later. You know, time told that I would not be able to come up with something later. And then when I was moving over to Xbox, for some fucking reason, APDBW was taken. I don't know who the hell took APDBW, but it was already taken on Xbox. So it recommended me that I make my name Rustless APDBW, and I didn't have any better ideas, so that's what I did. So then we had Rustless APDBW, that mouthful. But most of the people I was playing with, they either just called me Rusty or APD. And so when Microsoft decided a few years ago to let people change their names for free, that's when I changed it to Rusty APD because it was shorter. That's what everybody was already calling me. So yeah, that's where the Rusty APD comes from. If you ever see that pop up, it's a name with a little bit of a story behind it. drinking some sweet tea. How long have we been going? Right. Ever since I downloaded Stream Elements, it just doesn't tell me how fucking long my streams are lasting, and that's annoying. So I have to like keep the stream up on my like, other phone here. 'Cause this is actually an old phone. This is an older phone of mine that I just didn't get rid of. Right now, my webcam is literally just my current phone. Like I have it plugged in and everything. Yeah, thank you, in fact. But yeah, I have it open on my phone. I can see. Like, I don't hate Stream Elements, but I've had problems with it. Like, overall, I've noticed my streams seem to be a lot more stable since I got Stream Elements, so that's nice. Oh, right, my little Gluggener can't see camo. That's gonna be a problem. It shouldn't be that hard to fix. Hmm. How long you play BTD6 for? A couple of years now. Probably like 3. Not exactly since it came out, but I've been on and off with it. It's a pretty relaxed game. It's pretty fun. I I always come back to it at some point because I enjoy it. As you can probably tell, I'm not like the most hardcore professional player or anything. You can see my setup here. Could probably be a hell of a lot more efficient than it is. Yeah, so yeah, I'm here and there with it. It's a game I put a decent amount of hours into. I actually have blackboarded some levels. If I beat this year, I'll probably show that out. Show that. But yeah, I enjoy myself some Bloons. I have for a while now. Bloons is a pretty enjoyable game, but too many hours into it to quit. Yeah, I feel that. That's how I am with Destiny 2. Like, do I like where Destiny 2 is? No. Am I happy with the decisions Bungie's made recently? No. Have I put far too many hours and money into this game to just stop? Yeah. Captive audience at this point. I'm here for the long run. Yeah, I'm not quite up there. The BTD6. I'm probably like 100, somewhere over that. Let me actually I can check that. That's information I can look at. Yeah, 123 hours in Bloom TD6 right now. Hmm. So definitely not anywhere near that. Mm. I think I'm just gonna let this build keep going for now. Just got some upgrades. But I can't really see a reason to put down more monkeys. Uh, I'm not sure I'll ever put 20,000 hours into this game. I'm not. I don't play it that much, but I'm probably gonna. I'm definitely gonna put some more. It's one of those games you could always just come back to, and you don't really need much reintroduction. Shut the fuck up, Open. I'm gonna turn you down even more. It's one of those games that you can just pick up and play, even if you haven't played it for months, which is really nice. There's a lot of games where like I enjoy them, but if I put them down for too long, it just feels like I can't come back to them. Like that's how most Halos feel to me. Like if I come back to a Halo game after a while, I pretty much have to just restart, or else I just will not be able to readjust to what I'm doing. Not that I've ever been too into Halo to begin with, so maybe that's more the culprit than anything else. But no, I'm gonna put down an ice monkey. Permafrost, Arctic Wind. Tomorrow I'm probably gonna stream some like if I stream tomorrow I'm probably gonna do some Ember Knights or possibly more Isaac. Probably just gonna restart. That fucking cursed save file, where every time I've tried to stream on the new save file, it's just broken entirely. I can probably gonna start a new one and see if the curse goes away after that. Alright. Oh fuck, I activated that too soon. I should have waited till the BAP got closer. I don't know why I activated it so early. I don't know. Most of the problem though, alright. They handled that better than I figured they would. Uh, Gonna start putting down some farms. 3 to start with. I like to go for the marketplace path just because I'm lazy. I don't want to collect the bananas. I know it's not the most efficient way to go, but it's the way I like to go. Mm. Like I know I could make more money than this easily, but I'm lazy, so we're doing this. I just buy farmers. Yeah, I get that. I don't. I always, at the very least, I like to not use powers if I can avoid it. Like I don't even usually buy farms, but given how good this run is going, and I seemingly won't have much else to do for a while, I'm just gonna be doing this. You ever done the boss? I have not done the boss events. No, I haven't touched those yet. Maybe someday, if I decide to start playing this game a little bit more seriously. But at the moment, have not touched the bosses. I'll do it with me, and not right now at the very least. No offense, but I don't really plan to start like playing alongside viewers because I feel like that kind of gets into some parasocial stuff that I want to avoid. Like I'm probably gonna do like more direct engagement with viewers at some point, but for the time being, like I like to keep the viewers and like the gaming experience kind of separate. I can see a lot of streamers who started out like before all this parasocial stuff was like more well known, who did a lot of community engagement, who now have like obsessive communities around them. I think probably the golden standard of that is PewDiePie, whose fan base is like basically a cult at this point. Yeah. Markiplier has always been at least somewhat better about it, ironically, despite how friendly he usually is to his fan base. But I feel his probably because he's one of those streamers whose fan base has kind of grown up with him, whereas PewDiePie's is mostly a fan base of people who have refused to grow up for the past like 10 years. I don't know, maybe I'm talking out of my ass here a bit. But yeah, I have some black borders. I'll show them off now since I just failed miserably. Not many. It's really just on the beginner levels, but I have a few. Hmm. I actually kind of do like chimps. Chimps can be fun. People talk about chimps like it's like the Dark Souls of tower defense games. It's not that hard. If you can already beat the game on hard without placing a bunch of farms everywhere, you can probably beat it on chimps. It's a little extra effort. Depends on the map. That's fair. It does to an extent. Mm. Ouch, chimps is hard. It's harder. It's harder than like the normal game, but mm, yeah, Ouch itself is just a hard map though. Like it was sure it's harder on chimps, but like it's hard compared to an already difficult map. Like I wouldn't say that's the game mode making it more difficult. It's the map making the game mode more difficult. Because like difficulty in this game doesn't really come down to chimps. It comes down to what map you're playing on. Is how I like to put it. Which doesn't sound like that meaningful a distinction, but like I feel like it is significant in that it really tells you that the game isn't really about getting good at Balloons Tower Defense 6. It's about getting good at Monkey Meadow. It's about getting good at Resort. It's about getting good at the maps themselves. You know? And once you kind of start looking at it like that, I feel like Shims becomes, generally speaking, easier. Once you're no longer looking at this game like getting better at the entire thing, but getting better at individual maps. Better. Let me move my headphone cord. It's getting a little bit in the way. Yeah. I'm still trying to blackboard all the beginner maps. So maybe I should get back to that instead of falling over my ass on maps I have no experience with. Tinkerton is like kind of a boring map, honestly. I was a little underwhelmed by it when it came out. Let's go into loop. I think I've already. Oh, I haven't done double HP Moabs. All right. I would say they could have done so much better. Yeah, it's kind of. It's not a horrible map. It's fairly average. It just feels kind of uninspired, I guess. Though I guess most of the maps made just to introduce new characters do feel like that. You could tell the character was made first, and they just made a map designed to make them strong. Alright. Alright, well, I only usually stream for about 2 hours at a time, so I'm probably gonna... So I might not still be around by then, but... I'm not... I might stream tomorrow. No. Alright, catch you later. Alright, let's see how long this has been going on. One of the funny things about Twitch is how 2 viewers is kind of a lot for me. So when I see I have 2 viewers, I get a little excited. And for a bigger streamer, that's like the worst stream they've done in years. Yeah, that's definitely one of the funny things about Twitch. Just how, or I guess online content in general, just how much like the size of your viewer base changes what is and is not like a good performing stream or I guess piece of content in general for you. Like it's always amusing watching like really big creators complain that a video of theirs only got a couple thousand views. Meanwhile, there's like small channels out there who get fucking pumped at breaking 100. I don't know if I have any videos on the internet anywhere that have broken 100 views. I mean, I might. I don't think I do. I have some Reddit posts that have gotten some karma, but I like to forget Reddit exists when I'm not actively engaging with it. What's your Discord handle, by the way? Let's get contact there. I think I'll share some cool. Like I said, I'm not really. I don't want to engage with viewers that directly. I don't want to engage. I'm keeping my Discord nice and private. I barely use Discord anyways. I mostly just use it to keep in touch with some friends of mine. But yeah, when it comes to advice on like channels, I already have plenty of like people around me who are more experienced, some that take streaming a bit more seriously than I do. Like, I appreciate the offer, but I'm gonna have to turn that down. I'm a person who is very concerned with keeping my content creation and my personal life separate and distinct. And one moment. Alright, I had to mute myself for a second there because I was talking to my sister. Mhm. Yeah, for the time being, if I'm looking for advice, I got plenty of people I can go to. I can go to for it. Mm. Yeah, for the time being, I'm not super concerned with like upgrading my streams. Like, it's something I like tampering with, something I like experimenting with totally. Kind of enjoyed so far, just kind of figuring it out on my by myself as I go. I feel like doing that's also gonna like probably lead to a far more satisfying experience for me personally. Because again, this is just a hobby. I'm not looking to make anything successful out of my streams. I'm not looking to be a super big Twitch streamer one day like Astral Spiff or anyone like that. I'm not looking. I'm not looking to be the next salty DK Dan. Uh, I'm just the main reason I got into streaming is that it's just something for me to, something technical for me to mess around with on my own time. It's a nice distraction. I should probably move my overlay for this. I just know because I'm covering up like everything going on here. But where would even be a good spot for streaming balloons? Hmm. Like I just looked at the channel and I realized that I'm covering half the screen over here. Yeah, sorry about that. I hadn't noticed. Mm, mm. Probably get end stream at 2 hours. Uh, like I said, this is mostly just a stream I started because it's easier to just rant and go off about whatever I'm thinking of and playing Blooms because it's not a game I have to engage with too actively. Unlike an Isaac or an Ember Knights, where if I want to start talking, I usually end up just kind of ignoring whatever happening in game or just pausing it. And I get that's not super fun to watch. So I feel like Balloons is a nice, relaxed game for me to just talk over. There's a lot of bullshit going on in like the content creation space right now. It's something that like I never want to get to the level of like the big content creators, to be completely honest. It seems so stressful and insufferable, the kind of figures you meet when you get up there. Like I'll stay a micro streamer forever if it means ever having to deal with that. Like I'm this a guy streaming from literally his bedroom, well, basement. I my bedroom is a basement. But yeah, I'm just a guy screaming from his basement, having fun with it. Like I'm not trying too hard to really make something special here. Like I want my streams to be special, yeah, but like I feel like part of that speciality is gonna come from me mostly figuring all this out on my own. And that makes it more fun for me to engage with. So that's the way I'm gonna do it, at least for now. Like I did that a couple of heavily edited videos last year that were fun, and I might do some highlight videos at some point in the future. But everything I do with Metaforth on Twitch or on YouTube is mostly just like something I want to do, which is the way I very much want things to remain, even if it does serve as a detriment to me in the long run in terms of like success on streaming platforms. Like I would rather be unsuccessful and enjoying what I'm doing than successful and I can't stand it. If that makes sense. Like I'd rather be irrelevant and happy than popular and unhappy. And that's kind of my approach. Like, I'm starting to repeat myself at this point. I just realized. I mean, if you're interested, I can probably pull up some of the imagery I've created for Metaforth so far. Oh, fuck. Ninja, you're supposed to come in clutch. No. Oh, right, it is double HP Moabs. I forgot. No. Just, let me see if I can find them. Yeah, this is the, yeah, let me open it. This is the channel icon here. Made this, I think maybe 3 years ago for my YouTube channel. The background and the logo itself. It's fairly simple. Like you can see, it's just like there's one font down here, but a different font on top of it. I liked how that looked. I thought it made something a little bit dynamic. You can see the background here is very inspired by. I don't know if you're familiar with Kirby dots. Uh, like how Jack Kirby would often do backgrounds. Pull up Firefox. Hmm. I'll look up an example of Kirby dots. Though you can see here it's more squares than circles. Hmm. Kirby dots. Stop loading Twitch. um, yeah, you can see it a lot right here. Yeah, it's like stuff like this where you can see like how he would like make backgrounds a little bit more visually interesting with all these like this motif of his. You can see it here too. It became really iconic for comics in general. But yeah, that's the inspiration that led to why my banner looks like this and like the general style of how I do my channel. Mm, mm. Here's just the background without my logo. It's not pulling up for some reason. Don't tell me. Oh, gallery isn't responding. Mm. No, 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 no. Calm down. Here's just the background without the logo. I made this in 2019. Man, that's even further back than I thought it was. The file name is to be believed. Huh. Come on, why is it crashing? Stop opening. Jesus. There's a few more examples over here. This is my Twitter banner. Another one that I made. Why does it look so terrible? It didn't load fully. There we go. There we go. Here's a Twitter banner featuring edited version of my Warlock from Destiny 2 with the little stupid little skull here. Context is king, make up words, which is a little bit of writing advice of mine where like I think I made a tweet about this a long time ago. But basically like so long as in what you're saying it makes sense in context, you can just make up words and people generally won't even notice. The as seen on TV. I have never been on TV. I think I also made a tweet when I put that there. Just that logo entered the public domain a while ago, so you can just put that on anything. You could just like slap as seen on TV whatever you want. So I just slapped it on my logo. I I I don't know when, but I lost the clean version, like the no stuff over it version of the long banner. The cleanest version I have now is this. So that's unfortunate. Uh, what else can I show off? Oh yeah, and then there's this, which is the template I use for my YouTube thumbnails. It's fairly simple. It's literally just 4 triangles dragged over each other, and the little logo I made that with more recent thumbnails I try and cover up in some fun way. Usually with something relevant to the video itself. But yeah, I whipped this up sometime a few years ago, and I think I made this last year, if memory serves me correct. Yeah, I'm pretty sure last year is when I made this. All right, back to the game. That detour was fun. A little behind the scenes look into the Metaforth branding. Back to the game. So who should I put down for? I'm gonna put down Ninja Monkey first. Probably gonna want to get some Dartling Gunners down. I'm happy to share behind the scenes stuff about the channel like that. I find it kind of fun. Ah, fuck, well, we got a leaker. Wouldn't be too big of a problem though if I get my shit together. And that's the problem. I have set those first and not strong. Yeah, targeting options are very important in balloons. Because if you pop the wrong balloons and the right ones will get through. That's the way I like to put it. Pop the wrong balloons and the right ones get past you. You can get this game. I'm pretty sure it's free on the mobile version with ads. And then it costs money if you want to get it on like Steam, which is where I'm playing it right now, obviously. Yeah, it's a cute little game. The devs are very active with the community, which is always something I like to see. It shows they care about making a game that people will enjoy, and they care about like fan feedback. Like people were upset that there weren't any semi-aquatic towers in the game, so they added the mermonkey who can serve that role. People were a while ago, people were complaining that there weren't enough short range or even melee towers, so they added Sada, who's now one of the best heroes in the game, and I should probably be using her, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. We'll see how this one goes. We'll see how this goes. I'm not gonna abandon. I'm not gonna abandon an attempt. If this goes poorly, I'll probably switch out and use Sada instead of Oben, because you can only have one hero equipped at a time, so. I wish you chose your hero at the whenever you launched a map and not having to go back to the title screen every time. That'd be nice. But it makes the game more interesting only being able to use one. Means you kind of have to play around them, which helps kind of balance out how powerful hero towers are. Ninja Kiwi has to be not Ninja Kiwi, Blooms TD6 has to be one of the most fun tower defense games out there. Like, it really does feel a little sandboxy in ways. Like, it does feel like just about anything you do can be successful if you do it right, which is always a fun feeling for a tower defense. You have a lot of freedom with how you approach the game, which makes it very replayable too. You can keep trying different like loadouts and combinations of monkeys and upgrades, and there's virtually infinite amounts of different combinations you can do. Like, there is so much. It's kind of like Isaac, Binding of Isaac, in that there's almost infinite amounts of variety to it. Like, there's virtually no limit to the different experiences you can have in these games because of the sheer amount of variety they have. I'm gonna get a Dartling Gunner down. I'm gonna go for Laser Shock and Hydro Rocket Pods. So here's a little trick with the Dartling Gunners. They usually follow your mouse, but if you follow it all the way up to their screen here, they stop following the mouse until it leaves their little character icon. Which is a convenient little tip to not have to lock them. But still be able to adjust your monkeys. Relatively basic stuff. I'm almost certain anyone with more than like 100 hours in Bloons knows that, but it's convenient to learn that while your mouse is over a monkey's card, the Dartling Gunner will continue to follow it. So just make sure your mouse enters the card and in the area where you want your Dartling Gunner to be shooting. Suggest myself in this seat, get a little more comfy. Double HP Moabs is like one of both my favorite and like the worst game mode. Because when I enjoy it, it's also like completely fucks with all my Bloons instincts, having all the Moabs be so strong, especially the early ones. And now we're 18. We got plenty of time left in the stream. Yeah, it's just a nice, very relaxed game that's very easy for me to play while I commentate. I am considering getting some kind of decoration here for. Right now, I'm just covering a window with a blanket, but I might get like a purple blanket, one with a cool design on it. My sister brought up the idea of putting a blanket with my logo on it, which I liked the idea at first that I thought about it, like, do I really need to keep reminding you who I am? Like, how many reminders that I of who you're watching need to be in the stream at all times? Like, it sounded like a cool idea at first, and I realized it actually is kind of stupid. I mean, obviously, I liked it. Like, I'm not saying my sister had a stupid idea. I'm saying we both agreed on an idea that, after thinking about it, turned out to actually sound kind of stupid. Kind of stupid. Like, whether you're watching the Metaforth channel, I don't really need to post reminders of who I am. I'm not that I am self-absorbed, but I'm not that self-absorbed. I like to think I'm at least not super duper egotistical. I might make a separate overlay uh, for Blooms playing. Just to move my camera a little bit more out of the way. Because I know I was talking about, like, covering up the games and all that, but you want you to be able to see what I'm doing. Maybe somewhere in the middle of the map. In the middle, like maybe up here or down here. Arian? I think Arian just reset itself. Does that sometimes. It totally did. Alright, hang on. To readjust my settings. I'm probably gonna get like an actual webcam at some point. Alright. There we go, that's good. Yeah, Arian can be a bit annoying. That's the app I use to display my webcam, my phone camera as my webcam. It likes to randomly disconnect. It was happening a lot on one of my streams a couple days ago. No, I still don't want to commit to a stream schedule because I know I'm gonna break it at some point. Like I genuinely aim for like mid afternoon, 3 p.m. streaming. But what days I stream, like if I set a schedule, all I'm gonna do is eventually break it. So what I like to say, I try and stream as often as I can because even if I don't feel like streaming, I'm just not going to. if, if I don't commit to a schedule, I never have to apologize for breaking it. Just the little tips right there. The more you commit, the more promises you make that you can break. The more. Hmm. I'm gonna save up for necro balloons. Another thing I don't like about stream elements, and I was talking about that earlier, they keep getting me I keep getting ads for all these, like, oh, this brand is really interested in your content, and then it's just like some random game I've never heard of that's like, oh, if you get enough views on a stream, we'll give you like $1,000, which is like, it sounds like a lot of money when you think about it, but like that's barely more than I make in 2 weeks usually, and it's a one-time thing for getting an amount of viewers in a stream. I would be lucky getting once ever. Like for getting so many viewers and so much interaction that it's like, would I even need a $1,000 sponsorship at that point? Like that, I don't know if they're like lying, like if those are scams. I would assume Stream Elements wouldn't host that, so in good faith, I'm gonna assume they aren't. But it feels pointless. Like it just feels like a very predatory way for those games to get more like Twitch streams of them in a very inorganic sense. It's like sure, more people are playing your game, but like you're getting people who aren't really invested playing that game, who don't really care about it, and are just doing it because you're saying you'll pay them if the streams do well. In which I don't even get how that's good advertising. Wouldn't that end up with like a bunch of people playing it really badly because they don't know what they're doing and aren't invested enough to get better at it? Like, sure, you're getting more streams in the short term, but would that work out in the long run? Would that would that be beneficial to have? I feel like that'd do more to hurt your game's reputation than anything as time goes on. I'm not like a marketing executive or anything. I'm just talking from pretty much out of my ass about this. But I don't know. If anything, I feel like that would do more harm than good, unless these are like, you know, pretty much gaming pump and dumps where they're just shitting out a really poor quality like game as fast as they can and hoping to make their money back before people realize it's horrible and never play it again. So I guess it could be that. Like the games always just look awful, like visually speaking. Like the art styles are just like unpleasant to look at. Which is another reason I think these are all just like whipped up really quickly in order to just make money back and forget it ever existed. I guess it's not really a pump and dump, now that I'm thinking about it. But it's the same principle of like you're just trying to make money really quickly, then completely abandon whatever method you used. Is it exactly a scam? Not really. It's just like a shitty product no one cared about, but still. I still consider it unethical. And I wish Stream Elements wouldn't keep pushing stuff like that on smaller creators. It feels really predatory to me. Like, it's not nearly as bad as some of the shit Streamlabs got into, if you remember all that drama. That's why I'm not using Streamlabs. You know, that's why I'm using Stream Elements. But, yeah, Stream Elements isn't perfect either. They have their own business practices I don't like, that I feel really cast out on how reputable a company they are. Well, not company, but how reputable a group they are. I don't know if they're a company. They might be. Uh-huh. But I wouldn't know that for a fact. Another nice thing about balloons is that it's all one hand. So I can still like be expressive with this one like I've been this most of the stream. Crack my knuckles there. Looks like my mic picks that up. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I guess we'll see if people complain about it in the long run. For the meantime, I'm not gonna do anything about it. I definitely gotta get a better mic at some point. I know my mic quality isn't great. I know it's kind of shit because I'm just using the mic built into my HyperCloud X3 headphones, but not built in. But that came. It's not built in. Like I can just unplug it. Plug it back in. But the one that came with it. I'm probably gonna get it. I'm not in any rush to get a better mic, but I probably will at some point. Like, my mic quality is clear enough. You can understand what I'm saying. It's not like I sound like complete garbage, but at some point I'll probably invest in a better one. Or I can try and convince people my voice just kind of sounds like that and see if that works. See if I can convince people my voice just sounds like a poor quality gaming mic. That's just my natural intonation. It just sounds slightly muffled. And like I'm being compressed. Nah, I'm probably gonna get a decent quality mic at some point. I know some audiophiles who can probably point me in the right direction on that front. Mm. Hmm. I mean, to an extent, I also probably have to get better, like better acoustics going on in, like, my stream area too. Because to an extent, like, if you have like a $10,000 really good studio microphone, but you're recording from beneath like six blankets in the French catacombs underwater, then you're still gonna sound like you're recording through six blankets in the French catacombs underwater, you know? No amount of good microphones are gonna fix terrible acoustics. And well, they're not awful in the room I have. Like, there's probably some sound dampening going on from right there. And, like, it's not a super echoey room that I'm in. It's a little echoey. I could definitely do to reduce potential echo. I might get like a divider or like some acoustic foam dividers at some point. But that'll come way later. Like, I'm not planning to get like super invested or anything. Like, that'll come if I ever do start, like, getting up there in stream numbers. And like, alright, maybe I should take this a little bit more seriously. Maybe I should put a little bit more effort into what I'm doing here. And maybe I should try a little harder. Because at that point, I'd have a lot of viewers, and it would feel a little bit rude to continue with like terrible audio quality. Well, so many people. Because like, if I had like 100 viewers average, then yeah, I'd put a little more effort in. Because it's like, that many people are taking time out of their day to watch your content, and sure, you're under no obligations to those people. But at the same time, like, they could be watching other people. They could be devoting their time somewhere else, but they're devoting your time to you and your platform. And I feel that you have a duty of care to such a large audience to, at the very least, try a little harder. Like, I'm not saying you gotta be suddenly become the best streamer there ever was or anything, or suddenly put like $10,000 into your setup. But, like, maybe put some effort in. Try. Like, I would definitely try and up my quality a little. Especially because at that point, maybe I would be getting like some pittance from streaming. Like, maybe a couple, like $10, 10 bucks a week off streaming. That'd be a little money. I don't think Twitch pays super well for people to get average 100 viewers. But I'd use whatever money that generates, if any, and put that back into my Twitch channel in some way. $5 over a few streams could probably get me a nice mic after maybe a couple weeks. And at that point, I'm probably still overestimating how much money you make. I'm probably not a guy who's ever gonna get a shitload of sponsors, so I have no expectations on that front. Because like my methodology on like sponsorship, if that ever happens, and I ever get big enough for people to want to sponsor me, is like I would only take it from a company whose products I respect or would use. Like I use Circle all the time. I guess I don't have my Circle bottle right there at this moment, but let me see if I can go find it. Apparently, it just fell off my desk, but you can see I have it right here. I use this thing all the time. It's actually my second Circle bottle that came when because I just bought a bunch of flavors on the Circle website one day, and it was like, oh, we can get this stainless steel bottle for you, and I was like, all right. I found no reason to turn that down, but I genuinely use this thing all the fucking time. You can see I even have like a little koozie for it. Oh, it's not a koozie, but still. I have the purple lid because I like purple, and it fits with the shade of purple I use for a bunch of my branding that I've made. So it works out. This is the official Metaforth Circle bottle. And by official, I of course mean I just bought a bunch of shit the Circle already sells to you. But if Circle ever reached out to try and sponsor me, like I would take that in a heartbeat. I love Circle. I have no moral hangups about advertising Circle to people. Like I've recommended Circle to a bunch of people in my life already, and I've gotten a couple people I know to buy Circle bottles. So yeah, I would totally take a sponsorship from Circle. If you're hearing me, Circle Company, which you're almost certainly not because you don't know I exist, uh, and you're willing to sponsor someone who averages one viewer per stream, give me money, please. Oh, shit. I knocked over my Yoshi controller. There we go. Nice sit in the background. Speaking of in the background, let's move this empty cup somewhere where you can't see it. And I'll try some half cash. I'll give half cash a shot. I just realized it's hard. It's kind of hard to tell where my beard and my hair end and where my jacket begins because of how dark everything here is. It's kind of funny. Unless I look up, you can see my neck. Mm. I've been told I have a bit of an Ozzy Osbourne vibe, and I'm not sure entirely how much I believe that, but I also am not sure if that's a compliment or not. If I'm being completely honest, you actually kind of see my OBS and my glasses. If I look at it right, it kind of looks like eyeballs. It's like irises. I'm looking at you. I mean, I guess I am, but that's kind of funny. That's kind of why I wanted mirrored sunglasses specifically. They're also polarized to help block out some more light, because that's another one of the reasons I'm wearing the glasses. It's light. It's about preventing eye strain. I didn't get like those like stupid. Oh come on, Arian. Arian. Why? Mm, definitely got to get an actual webcam at some point, so I don't have to deal with all of this. That's probably gonna come when I like get a better computer. Because right now I am just using a laptop, which has been far from ideal for many reasons. I can't play all the games I'd like to, and especially now that I'm streaming, I would like to. Oh fuck! Start with you. I'm gonna put you down over here. It's a little bit of a risky place for your first tower, since if anything gets past them, nothing's gonna come back around. So you get one shot. Yep, yep. It's already not paying off. So I'm gonna catch them. Now only one leaked. I'm not gonna upgrade him for a while. So you know what? Because it's half cash, I'm gonna switch heroes to Sada. I think she's supposed to be. I think she's supposed to be from New Zealand. Ironic. I think she's supposed to be Kiwi, right? I'm not sure. See, for the first wave, we're gonna do Gluggener. See, no. First wave, we're gonna do Dart Monkey. And hopefully that'll get us enough money to purchase Sada. I doubt it, though. Hopefully we don't die this wave and get enough money to purchase Sada. Because we're going to leak some balloons. We're undoubtedly going to leak some balloons. Yeah, but it should get us not enough. Alright. There we go. Now I can put her down. So I get as close to that corner as possible to maximize her range a bit. I wonder if there's any modding scene for this game at all. There probably is. Some balloons mods would be fun to play around with. If we clear this in under 2 hours, which we probably will, games of balloons don't usually last that long, but when we clear this in under 2 hours, I'll probably try at least one more map. Actually, I'll probably move down difficulties because I do want to black border this, and I think black bordering does require beating all challenges and all difficulties, so you turn effects down because she is loud. You see I have the volume real low for this game because, you know, the priority is hearing me. Let me turn the... I just realized how quiet the game's been the entire stream. So let me turn that back up to about, yeah, it's good. Sure you'll hear the game a little bit better now. I always forget that I need to pay attention to how loud the actual game is. I don't want to be as loud as I am. I want you to hear me clear in the game, but... yeah, it's something I'm trying to be attentive of. I don't want to be that quiet. There we go, that's better. And every game obviously is going to be different. Should probably be capturing the game's audio directly instead of just relying on desktop audio now that I think about it, but I can set that up after the stream. Because if capturing the game's audio directly, then that would allow me. Yeah, that would allow me to much more easily control volume without having to adjust it every stream. Or I guess remember to adjust it every stream. I'm gonna try and upgrade it as much as possible. Wait, there are hotkeys to this game, so a lot of the time I'm just like starting with my space bar, starting rounds. Not that why it's slowed down there. Trying to be on fast forward all the time. The fast forward feature is really nice. There's some weird, but I'm pretty sure in some like extreme edge cases, fast forward actually will cause like some games to be lost even when they really shouldn't be. That's like in extreme cases though. Like that's not at all common. I know it was more of a problem in I think BTD5 where they introduced the fast forward button. It isn't so much in 6. Like again, 6 is I think maybe 1 or 2 situations overall where it could even have a chance to happen. But those are the kind of like technical things that I find kind of interesting. Like it's not like a problem worth considering with how extraordinarily rare that is, but it's fun. It's a fun thing to note. It's the kind of technical issue that interests me because it's like really minute and like most people are never gonna notice it, ever. But it's fun to discuss and like know about. It really gets to the heart of like how technology can just be real fucking weird sometimes. A little itchy. I'm a little itchy right now. If you don't know, I actually do have a ring light going on. I might post a more complete picture of my setup at some point. I have some pictures on my Twitter account of it. Uh-oh. I can't pop LEDs. Oh, wait a second. Alright, we're at round 30, so I just gotta lock in and try and upgrade the Ninja Monkey as much as possible, because he and Sada are really gonna carry me through the Moab wave. I could be placing down farms and making half cash a lot easier, but it's... What's the point of half cash if you're just gonna farm? In my opinion. Like at that point, you're kind of defeating the game mode. I never use farms, so I do half cash. We'll see where we are at round 39. If we can't afford that, then I'll upgrade the Wizard Monkey a bit more. At this point, Meta has ran out of topics to rant about, so I am talking more about the game. And that because like half cash generally does require a bit more strategizing, because you know the best way to make balloons more difficult via game mode and not via just the map, like I was talking about earlier, is like limiting cash. Like that genuinely does make the game harder regardless of the map you're on. Like half cash, like even on Monkey Meadows, takes some serious strategizing. Which is one of the reasons I kind of like that game mode. There we go. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna have enough to upgrade the Ninja Monkey again. Or maybe I might. Who knows? Hello, 007 Ramis. Welcome to the stream. Sorry if I said that wrong. Always happy to have more people in chat. You actually came on the tail end of the stream. We're probably going to be ending it not long after this run. But happy to have you here regardless. This will definitely not be the last time I stream balloons. I've been a fan of balloons for a decently long time now. Though tomorrow I'm probably gonna get back to roguelites. Probably the most like yeah, it's an old favorite for many. Yeah. It's a game I come back to every so often. You know, I was saying this earlier, but it's one thing I really value in games, especially nowadays, since I don't have as much time to play games as I did back in high school, is well, that's kind of a lie. I work nights, so my time isn't as stretched as some people's. uh, I've come to value games I can just pick up and play, which is why I like roguelites so much. Like games where you don't really need to like constantly be sharpening your skills or constantly be grinding to get better. Games where you can just put them down for a few months, come back, pick them up, and you can just play them without having to reintroduce yourself or remind yourself how it works. You know, just grab it, just start playing it, and it's a straightforward experience. You can just get straight to enjoying it. You know, like kind of old school, you know, games I've been getting back into is like Sonic games, which I might stream some Sonic at one point. I'm not sure. Depends on interest, both from me and from viewers. Like I'll probably test out a Sonic stream at some point if I start getting some more regular viewership. Seeing how I've had 3 brand new shatters so far, just playing Balloons once. Well, I guess twice, but like seriously playing it once. I'm definitely gonna be coming back because I'm happy people are liking this so far because I like Balloons, and if people like when I play Balloons, then trust I'll be playing more Balloons. Hmm. Yeah, you have not seen the last of Balloons, certainly. Nah, I didn't need to use that. It's not gonna matter too much. It recharges pretty quickly. I would say Sada probably has the least annoying champion voice lines. Like, they still get annoying after a while, but they're the most tolerable. And looking at the stream time, it's actually looking like we're not going to have time to do something else because I didn't want to end this at around the 2-hour mark. So, it's looking like once we hit 2 hours, stream's probably going to end. It's been a fun stream. Like, I've gotten to say a lot more what's on my mind than I usually say when I'm streaming because I'm not having to focus as much on the moment to moment of the gameplay. There's a chill vibe to the stream that has me even more wanting to stream Balloons. So, yeah, this will not be the last you see of it. Not on this channel, anyways. Yeah, we're getting pretty far, though. Never get too comfortable on half cash. On all pretty much all the higher difficulties in Balloons, like they can really sneak up on you with the difficulty. I'm gonna go top row and bottom and set you to last. Because the straighter the line the catapult monkey can fire in, the better. As a matter of fact, probably gonna put another one down back here. And he's gonna be the one I upgrade to Juggernaut. I just wanted to do that, I didn't need to. I just wanted to end that round a little bit quicker. Hey, Juggernaut him. I set him to long range so he can hit more balloons overall. I'm mostly using him to catch stragglers. Yeah, we're getting to the point where I'm probably gonna have to start using a lot more Sada's abilities to combat the BFBs. Yeah, I'm not gonna upgrade him. I'm only gonna do one Dartling Gunner this time. Yeah, last time I did two, but I'm not sure we're gonna be able to afford a second one. Yeah, we probably have this in the back. The easiest part of balloons is, I mean, the hardest part of balloons is usually just getting past the initial setup. Once you have your setup going and it's sustainable, then usually you have the run, as long as you can just keep up with the upgrades. Like at that point, it's mostly a game of just trying not to backslide. Which, depending on the map, can be easier said than done. Certainly. Yeah, like I said earlier, the game's more about mastering maps than it is about mastering any of the individual game modes. I wonder if anyone's like, knows what she's saying there. Like, obviously, she's speaking some kind of Kiwi, but I wonder what she's actually saying. Yeah, you know, I could probably use the extra firepower. I know I said I wasn't going to do another Juggernaut, but realizing that was stupid. I think I need it. Yeah, I needed it. I think that actually has already helped quite a lot. If you're wondering why I have the Necro Balloons back there, it's because I've usually found that they're a lot more helpful when you use them to target any leaking weak balloons than when you use them to do the bulk of your early damage. At least in my experience, they usually seem to be a lot more effective that way. It also means the Wizard Monkey has more time to build up a lot of them, so you're not constantly running out, which is also nice. Overall, they're better to use to catch strays than they are to use as offensive balloons. If that makes any sense. They're better defense than offense. Kind of like spike factories, which are usually better placed towards the end of the map. Should have enough. There we go. Some Hydro Rocket Pods. Should have this in the bag. And yeah, it looks like we're going to go over the 2-hour mark here, so once this is done, we're going to be calling it. Yeah, overall, it's been a pretty good stream. It's been a lot of interaction. I've personally enjoyed it quite a bit. Yeah, I was considering not streaming at all today because I was feeling pretty out of it. But after how well the stream's gone, honestly, I'm glad I did. It's probably been the best stream since I've gotten back into streaming consistently. Yeah. Oh yeah, I definitely needed to do that. Speaking of things you need to do. So what that tells me is I need to put down another monkey. cold ice monkey. There we go. That's the name. Will probably be beneficial. Permafrost answer. That for that one. I gotta put another one down. And for him, I'm gonna try and go for Arctic Wind. Still somewhat nervous about the ZOMG wave, not gonna lie. A little uncertain how we're gonna do with that, since the BFB's been giving us a real run for our money. But we'll see what happens. Whatever happens, happens. I mean, if not, I can always return to this tomorrow. Fingers are on the triggers for Sada's abilities. Though that Arctic Wind monkey does seem to be putting in a lot of work. Maybe that was enough. I'm wagering that. Yep. This one's gonna be close. I can already feel it. It was. Alright. Alright. Well, that was a fun stream. We're past 2-hour mark, so I'm gonna end that here. There will be more balloons to come. Maybe not tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I'll do something else. I feel like I'm gonna try and like not stream the same game back to back as often anymore. But yeah, overall I feel like that was a pretty great stream. And I hope y'all come back for more. Happy we gained some followers here. Have a good one.